Hello colleagues, this is Valentina, founder of Face Bliss Academy. Today we are working with the forehead, a zone most specialists either don't touch at all or just smooth over superficially. And yet the forehead is one of the most powerful muscles of the upper third of the face. When it's in hypertonicity, that's not just wrinkles, that's heaviness in the eyes, a tight brow ridge, and a tired expression across the entire face. Today I will show you 5 exercises for deep work with the frontalis. I'm applying the Face Bliss facial oil right now, and let's go. Mhm. We start with the forehead, and that's no accident. The forehead is a large, powerful muscle, the frontalis, that works together with the procerus, corrugator, and the upper segment of the orbicularis oculi. When one of these muscles goes into spasm, they all react. So a tense forehead isn't just wrinkles, it's a heaviness in the eyes, a tight brow ridge, impaired lymph flow, and a tired expression across the entire face. When the forehead is in hypertonicity, it literally pulls the upper third with it, lifts the brows, deepens the glabella, overload the temples, and the reverse is also true. When we relax the forehead, a chain of gentle tissue release begins across the entire upper face. Place your thumbs at the center of the forehead. Using firm circular movements, begin working across the entire surface. Important, your fingers don't just slide over the skin. You press into the muscle and gently move the muscle itself beneath the skin, as if kneading it from within. The goal is to feel the density in the tissue and warm up the entire frontalis. What you are seeing right now is one exercise from a larger system. In one life, I can't show you everything. A true professional stands out because they have a vast arsenal of movements. They know exactly which technique to choose for each client, how long to work in each zone, and how to combine techniques together. This is exactly what I give in our online program, 300 and plus lessons with anatomy, logic, and protocols. Every movement broken down in detail. You stop working um, from memory, you work with a real understanding of a system. Write online in the comments. My team will send you personally the individual consultation about the program. Next exercise, interplace your fingers and connect the bases of your palm. Place your palms at the center of the forehead and begin making soft, wide circular movements, opening your palms outward from the center toward the temples. Gradually continuing the circular movements, guide the tissues upward as if lifting the frontalis and creating more space for it. This movement gives a deeper release of the frontalis than finger kneading alone. We simultaneously relax the muscle, open the facial layers, and gently lift the tissues upward. This technique helps reduce forehead hypertonicity, free the brow zone, and prepare the muscles for natural smoothing. Look at how the face is already changing. The tissues are softening, the gaze is becoming lighter. And this is only 2 exercises out of hundreds in our program. In the program, we teach you to understand the face as a system, to know which muscle to work on and why for each specific client, how to diagnose the face at first glance and build a protocol for a specific concern. This is exactly what separates a specialist charging $80 from one charging $250 and plus. Write online in the comments. My team will conduct a free strategic consultation and tell you how the program is structured. Next exercise, releasing the procerus and upper edge of the orbicularis oculi. Place your index finger on the procerus muscle, the zone between the brows, just above the nose bridge. We work using 1-3 technique, always directing upward. First movement, index finger only, a gentle lengthening. One muscle, the gentle lengthening of the muscle from the central upward, as if elongating it. Second movement, the remaining 3 fingers joining in, continuing to draw and widening the contact area. Movements are rhythmic, firm, and directed strictly from the center upward. The procerus is one of the main muscles that pulls the center of the brows downward and inward, deepening the glabella and creating a frowning expression. When it's in a spasm, the forehead becomes heavy and the gaze tense. Upward traction lengthens the muscle, releases its hypertonicity, and reduces pressure on the central forehead. At the same time, we relax the upper edge of the orbicularis oculi, which is often overworked from the screen, fatigue, or constant squinting. In our program, we don't just give techniques, we give a facial diagnosis system. How to understand at first glance what's happening with the clients, which zones need priority work, and which technique to choose. 200 and plus detailed video lessons for every movement. You literally see how it's done and can repeat it immediately. Just write online in the comments. My team will reach out personally and tell you how the program is structured. Next exercise, releasing the supraorbital ridge. Place your index finger under the brow, thumb slightly below, so the brow sits between them. Firmly fix the tissue, gently rock the muscle from within, release and move along. Work the entire arc this way, from the center toward the temples. The pressure is firm but painless. You are releasing the muscle at its attachment points. The brow ridge is where the frontalis, corrugator, procerus, and orbicularis oculi fibers all converge. This is where the deepest spasm most open form. The glabella drooping brows, a heavy gaze. Releasing the arc improves frontalis mobility, makes the forehead softer and more even, and removes the tension pulling the brows downward. Next exercise. Place your fingers of one hand on the forehead as a support. With the fingers of the other hand, begin rolling the tissues into this support, creating a firm ridge. You're working not with the skin, but with muscle itself, gently lifting it away from the bone. Perform the movements in circular, multi-directional patterns, both hands working toward each other. If white spots appear under the skin, that's normal. Those are zones of spasm and poor circulation. Work across the entire forehead surface, the transition to the temples, and the area where the frontalis meets the scalp. Over time, the frontalis adheres to the periosteum, creating a feeling of a heavy forehead, fixed wrinkles, and poor facial expression. This deep technique restores mobility and elasticity to the muscle. After deep rolling, blood, oxygen, and nourishment return. The skin responds faster, becomes brighter, and healthier. The frontalis, temporal muscle, and aponeurosis form one unified system. Working through this system relieves the whole. Headaches reduce, the feeling of a tight head eases, and tension disperses. What you saw today was 5 exercises of our program. There are dozens of lessons on the forehead and upper third alone in our program. Because a true professional doesn't know just one technique for each zone. They have a full arsenal and they know exactly when and what to apply. Which client needs deep aponeurosis work? which one needs gentle warm up, and for which client you need to start with a completely different zone first. This is what makes a treatment produce results, not a set of movements, but an understanding of the system. Write online in the comments. My team will reach out personally and conduct a consultation about the program. The forehead is not just wrinkles, it's the muscle that controls the expression of the entire upper third of the face. When you know how to work with it deeply and systemically, the result is visible immediately. But what I showed today is just a small part of our system. A true professional knows hundreds of movements, can read the face, build protocols, and combine techniques for each specific concern. That is exactly what I give in our online program. 300 plus lessons of theory and practice, the full combo system of 3 techniques: sculptural, lymphatic, and buccal massage, plus the benefits and techniques of gua sha, cupping, and taping, which together addresses up to 90% of client concerns. You will learn to read the face at first glance, build individual protocols, create your own signature methods, and grow your income to maybe $100,000 plus per year. Write online in the comments. My team will reach you out personally and conduct an individual consultation about the program. Thank you guys for watching me, and see you in the next live.